What's up, guys? Hope everybody is okay. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about your landing page. Now, your landing page could be the perfect website for you. It could be that one thing that helps you generate leads from all kinds of places, whether it's organic and free or paid, and you use it for an ad for your advertising. So the simple way of doing it organically is you just have this one page that collects a name, email, and phone, and you put this link to this page at the bottom of all your social media posts, maybe in the comments, you share it in your emails, when you're chatting to people, you send it in Messenger. However you're communicating and talking to people and just sharing about your business, you want to be pasting this link to this landing pages in a number of different places. That way you're generating loads of organic free leads. Then at the same time, when you run an ad to it too, it's the perfect landing page to collect name, email, and phone. So today I wanted to kind of build one with you and go through the do's and don'ts when it actually comes to a landing page. Okay, so let's first of all dive into LeadDeck. So when you're going to set up a landing page, you come over to sites here on the left-hand side, you give that a click. When this loads up, then you've got funnels, websites, and membership sites. But we're going to build a new funnel or a new landing page, real simple. So on the funnels, we're going to press new funnel, and we'll call this test for the live. That's the name of the funnel. This is going to open your funnel up, and we just want to build a nice, simple landing page, a page that actually collects people's details. It's congruent with your business and your branding, and it actually makes them want to actually take action and actually want to put their details in. So we press add new step here. We're going to call this landing page just so it's nice and easy and you can ignore the rest. Create funnel step. Here's the page here. So we're going to press edit to edit page. So first of all, it's going to be a blank page, and this is where we start from. Now, when we're thinking about your fitness business, we're going to be thinking, do I put my logo in? What colors am I using? What colors are going to get people to take action the most? And the big thing we need to work to consider is people at this stage probably don't really care or don't really recognize your logo as much as you would think they should. So when we're putting the logo on the landing page, we want to make it kind of smallish because it's not really the main thing. And the thing we need to also consider when we're putting the logo on there and the size of it is how much above the fold is the logo removing. So above the fold, for a simple example, is this is the fold, and when you swipe up, that then is below the fold. So anything above the fold, anything above the swipe is what they can read without having to move their finger up. Anything below the fold is when they start swiping, that's when they start reading the rest of the stuff. So if your logo takes up maybe half the screen, and then they can only read maybe the first headline, then maybe that's going to put them off, okay? Because they can't read the whole thing and they have to swipe. Yeah, it's only real marginal small things, but these small things might make the difference between generating one lead today or 2 leads today and making an extra sale a day because you've been able to generate more leads. So let's go full width, drag this across in here. Add row, 1 column, add element, and we're going to add an image. Click on the image, on left-hand side, scroll down. We're going to go to images here and press the picture of the mountain image button here. We're then going to try and find the logo. So I've already got a logo already added in, but if you need to, you press upload file. You'd locate your file, wherever that file is, double click, and that will load straight in. It will load into here. You double click, and that adds it in. I'm going to click on this image then, because we just talked about we need to make it smaller. So we're going to scroll down to where it says image pixel width, and let's just put 50. How's that look? A little bit too small, maybe 100. Yeah, that's okay. So remember, above the fold, this massively plays with all the margins that we have. So we're going to reduce the top margin to 0, bottom margin to 0. Now, when we're building this out with with lead pages, it's very similar. When we're building this out with LeadDeck, it's very similar to lead pages or ClickFunnels and all these other types of landing page softwares. We have a number of different setups. We have the section itself, then you have the row, and then you actually have the column or the element itself. So the things that we need to play with to reduce the gaps. But first, let's add another section in. So we're going to hover above the green, add another full width in. So that's where the main stuff's going to be. So above the fold now, so this is the logo. All this is the logo. So let's actually make this much smaller. So click on the section, the green part, and let's reduce the padding here, small and even smaller. And let's go to the blue section here. This is the column, and we'll reduce that as well, smaller and smaller. So if I just press save quickly now, that's saved, and we press preview. Can you see the preview? Let's double check what you can see. No, you can't. So if I just press preview on this one instead, you won't be able to see it. This is how big it's going to look. Okay, I have to play around the settings in StreamYard to be able to show you. Or on mobile, this is how big it's going to look. So we want it nice and small in order that they can remember the logo. It's starting to build that familiarity with them, but at the same time, it's not taking up too much space. Now, the first thing we need to do then is start adding the branding and the colors in straight away. Now, there's a big thing you need to consider with this. The big thing is going to be how easy is it going to be for people to read. So what we generally do in this situation is we actually make the whole section black. We just keep it nice and easy. So we use black backgrounds and white text. That way then it's really easy to read on. It's just so easy for people to see that if people are colorblind or they have difficulty reading or their phones are not super high tech and it's a little bit pixelated, we don't want the colors to kind of get in the way of what they're actually supposed to be reading. So if you need to keep it on brand, that's totally fine. Just make sure that the text is easy to read for every single person, no matter what device, no matter what their ability is. It's really straightforward and easy to read. Now, when we actually come to writing the text on this landing page as well, it also needs to match what they have previously been reading. So if they're reading a Facebook ad, they've watched a Google video, and you're talking about you help busy over 50s lose weight and feel better about themselves, and then they land on this landing page and you're talking about helping guys get ripped for their holidays, then that landing page doesn't go with what the advert was talking about. So if you have different types of programs helping different types of people, then you're going to need different types of landing pages for each target audience. Otherwise, one landing page that talks directly to your audience, no matter if you write a blog, if you write an email, if it's a social media post, if it's all these other stuff that you've got going on, make sure the message in that text matches what it has on your landing page. So the first thing we're going to do is add a bit of text in right away. So we're going to go one column, add text, we're going to go sub-headline. And in this section here, we're going to keep it nice and simple. We're just going to put a real simple call out so it matches exactly what they've just been talking about. So let's add that text in. Let's highlight all the text, scroll down on the left-hand side, color, black, and let's change it to white. Cool. Let's delete those spaces. So calling busy over 30s in location. So they land on this page. Let's go mobile view. The first thing they see is it's calling out directly to them. This is kind of how you would write your ad as well. Something that talks specifically to them. So they've seen the advert. We're looking for busy over 30s in Cardiff. They land on the landing page and it says exactly the same thing. Okay, the familiarity is coming with it. So we've got that. Then we're going to press the plus button here to add another one. And this time we're going to add a headline in. So the headline is going to be nice and easy, okay? It's going to be basically what you were just talking about in your adverts. So paste all that text in. Let's make it white. Let's leave that space. Let's also make it bold. Scroll down, bold text is also white. So here we go. It's starting to look now. So calling busy over 30s in and around location. Transform your body, health and fitness with an exclusive length challenge, whatever that program is. Again, when they land on this now, it's really starting to become familiar. It's the same stuff that you've been talking about in your social media posts, in your emails, in your messages, in your ads. It's just congruent the whole way through. And then we need to start myth busting a little bit. So we're going to press the plus button here. We're going to go for another sub headline. Let me just grab some text to put in to show you. So paste this in here. Okay, so this part needs to be bold. Okay, so white, and white. Okay, so now we're doing some myth busting. So it's called out to a specific audience, calling busy over 30s in location. Then it really stands out. Transform your body health and fitness with an exclusive length challenge. And then we're myth busting, okay? This is not a boring cardio plan, a restricted diet, or a quick fix program. So we're making it real simple for them to understand that this is going to be a paid program. It's not free. It's not a cheap thing. It's not a boring thing. A load of stuff that might be going through their head when they're reading this, we're trying to answer all those questions now. And then what we're doing at the bottom down here, as you can see, we're putting a little bit of social proof in straight away, just to let them know that we work with people just like them all the time. Looking at this now, it's very clunky, it's very texy, okay? So what we're going to try to do now is remove a lot of the spaces, reduce a lot of the stuff. So let's go to the section first, and let's reduce this section down maybe to 10. Oh, that's the bottom. Yeah, we'll do the bottom 10. And we'll do the top 10. Because remember, this is all above the fold. If this is what they see on their mobile now, the one thing that they're not going to be able to see is going to be a button underneath. So as you see, as I slide down, that's where the button is. Let's add that button in first. So let's press this plus button here. Let's add the button, keep it nice and simple. So if we slide up now, so if they're on mobile and this is exactly what they see, they're not going to see the button because it's just slightly below. So we've reduced that. Maybe we can reduce this a little bit more. Let's just actually make it 0. Perfect. The text doesn't need to be huge. So let's reduce the text on the left-hand side. So you've got mobile and desktop. Let's just reduce both of those. Let's go 15 and 15. So let's make it bold as well. That means we need to change the text, bold text to white. Cool. Okay, so let's have a look what it looks like on desktop. Looks okay. On mobile, okay. These are quite close to each other. So in this sub one here, this sub headline, all we're going to do is find the spacing. Where are we looking? Padding bottom. Let's add maybe a 10. There you go. So all it is, it's like breathing space, just a little bit of a gap between each text section to give the person a chance to take a breath, not have to read the whole thing, but also it doesn't put them off, because as you can see at the minute, this is really close to each other. It's quite clunky. It feels like there's a lot to read because there's no gaps. So we click on the headline. We'll add 10 to the bottom as well. So you can see it's starting to break down a little elements. And as you can see as well, that button is almost showing. So let's change this one down a little bit. Let's reduce the size on this. So this is 32, so let's down just to 30. And finally, let's reduce. So what do we call this? This was 15. Let's maybe reduce this down to, what can we go down to? 18. 18. Okay, so now you can see that button is completely in view. Now, if you go into desktop, it's looking okay. What we might do in desktop is just condense it in a little bit. What does it look like on mobile? Yeah, so let's do that. So let's click on the blue column section. We're going to put the padding on the right. So let's put 5 on this and 5 on this. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just bringing it in just a little bit, just to make it look a bit better. Maybe let's add a little bit more. Let's go with 15 and 15. Cool. Yeah, can you see it's all bringing the text in a lot nicer? Okay, so where are we up to now? So let's click the subheadline. Let's reduce, or let's add an extra bit of breathing space at the bottom. So let's put that as 10. Cool. Okay. So as you can see now straight away, if we can just click the blue, there you go. You can see straight away you have the logo really small at the top. You've got your call out text right at the top call. So actually what we might do is if we underline this as well and put this underline text white. There you go. It kind of breaks up a lot more now. It's a little bit easier for people to kind of see what is going on. So calling busy over 30s in and around location, transform your body health and fitness with that exclusive program. This is not a boring cardio quick fix. And then you see not enough breathing space. I would personally just add a little bit more onto this. Let's make this maybe 20. What was that like? 20, yeah. And it's still above the fold. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to add a final bit. We're going to press plus, and we're going to put paragraph here. And all we're going to do is say kind of like a little bit of urgency. So if I just double click, paste that text in, and I make it white so you can see. White. Spaces are limited on our next program. Let's add a bit of space under the button. Let's go 20. Cool. Okay, so we're getting there. The final thing really is to kind of tweak up this button. Okay, click to sign up. That's not really an exciting text. So let's click on that button. And where it is says here on the left-hand side, click to sign up. Let's change it, okay? So transform your body. So we can read the text one more time. Calling busy over 30s in and around location. Transform your body, health and fitness with an exclusive length program. This is not a boring cardio plan, restricted diet or quick fix. It's a carefully crafted challenge that's tried and tested on hundreds of local over 30s in and around location. So what we need to do then is, now they've read it, it sounds like their type of program. It's talked about their characteristics, that they're over 30 and they're in a location. It's talked about the things that they want to achieve. So let's make this button more like, yes, I want to take advantage. Okay, so I put, yes, I want to transform my body. Yes, I want to transform my body. Something simple like that. So this is all above the fold. The button really stands out. Green, not a bad color. But if you do some research into this, you'll see that an orange button. Oh, let's go back to white and the button itself. Button background. Orange actually gets the best results. Unsure why, but all the research that we've done ourselves and we've read and done some research on, orange buttons always seem to do the best. So this here now is a real simple landing page. It looks okay on desktop, but where we want to really be focusing is on the mobile device. And as you scroll down, space is limited. All we would do then to really finish everything off, in this next section down here, we're going to press add section. We're going to go full width, scroll down. We now need to add some privacy stuff into here. So if I just grab some extra stuff. So this is essential if you're running Facebook ads specifically. Okay, so I'm going to check add element. We'll put a sub headline because we're going to use the size and add it in. Let's make this small because nobody really is going to read it, are they? Let's make this down to, what we're going to go, 12, and let's make the spaces tiny, and done. And what about the blue one? Small and small. Cool. Okay, so then we just need to add a privacy policy in. So select the privacy policy. We're going to press the link text. You'll add your link in there. You've got your copyright stuff to keep everything nice and simple. And as you can see here now, that is a landing page built. It does everything it needs to do. It collects name, emails, and phones. It talks specifically to the audience. It removes or repels the people who shouldn't be on this landing page if they don't match the criteria. You're not overselling anything. You're not over promising anything. You're not over pushing them towards making a sale. You're keeping it nice and simple. All you're trying to do is collect their initial details. That way you can share this link to this landing page anywhere you want. So I hope this kind of makes sense. Okay, if you do have any specific questions on building landing pages or stuff that you need on it, how to set it up, how lead deck works, anything like that, do reach out and let us know. But until now, I'll speak to you all next week. Cheers.